Am I a person who's had, confidence issues and self-doubt? Of course, who doesn't? And kudos to those who don't. But I have. I remember, like, when I was much younger, infidelity was a deal breaker for me, But maybe today, as I've grown up, I think those kind of things, they change, they evolve. Now, not to say that I'm not okay, not to say that I am okay with that. I mean, it's stupid that we're even reacting to it, right? So, no, and I think for us, that's the most important thing. I don't read comments. I'm pretty certain he doesn't. And I think, yuck. I think he's extremely proud. He's extremely proud of the film that we've made, and he's extremely proud of my performance. I want us to lead as normal a life as possible and build our home together and build our life together.
If you talk about women taking rapid strides in Bollywood, there'll be one name that will be synonymous with the process: Deepika Padukone. I have known her over the years, and there's one thing that we still can't do, which is take a proper picture where we are not making faces at each other. But apart from that, I feel that she has always embodied the common Indian girl's dream. Well, without wasting any more time, I want to welcome Deepika in conversation with me only on Bollywood Bubble. How are you, Deepika?
Good, and how are you?
I'm fabulous. Abhi to I'm doing an interview with you, I'm fabulous.
So good to be talking to you.
You know, when you talk about Alisha, there's a part in the promo where you're comparing your life to Tia's, your cousins, right? In life, because you are actors, because we are always in a competitive field, like even I as a journalist. Have you ever been compared badly in a negative way, or have you ever put that pressure of comparison on yourself?
I don't read the tabloids much, so I'm not fully aware of, have people criticized me individually or, written me off and things like that? 100%. But have I been compared in a bad way? Nothing comes to mind. And am I a person who's had, confidence issues and self-doubt? Of course, who doesn't? And kudos to those who don't. But I have. And, but I think it's taken a lot of work, years of work, different experiences, reflection, to get to a place today where I'm okay with the way I am, with my strengths, but also with my weaknesses. I've embraced who I am, with my strengths, with my flaws, and all of it. Now this is who I am. So yes, I think I've also been through that sort of arc or that journey.
But being the number one heroine today, and it being such a social media friendly world, when you talk about accepting your weaknesses, your limitations, how do you kind of keep your vulnerabilities away from judgment? Do you consciously do that, or do you keep it out in the open for people to see even till today?
No, I think I go about my life the way I have to, with honesty. Sometimes I'm goofy, sometimes I'm honest, sometimes I'm funny, sometimes I'm quiet, sometimes I'm pensive, sometimes I'm reflective, but it is what it is. And I think even we individually should not fight what we're feeling or what we're experiencing. I think we've progressed from there to put on fronts and constantly put on a show of how people expect us to be all the time. Absolutely. And I think that the best gift that you can give yourself is to be truthful and authentic to who you are.
Deepika, as a human being, what is the deal breaker for you in any relationship?
I think lack of communication. Yeah, like I remember, like when I was much younger, infidelity was a deal breaker for me, But maybe today, as I've grown up, it, I think those kind of things, they change, they evolve. Now, not to say that I'm not okay, not to say that I am okay with that, but I think you get to a place where you say, yeah, okay, fine, I understand this, but why did certain things have to happen? Or so I think when you're younger, it's very black and white. When you're younger, it's very, this is right and this is wrong. And I think as you get older, there are so many more factors that come into what is a deal breaker.
Yeah.
It's not as black and white anymore. I think it depends on how many years you've spent with that person, or what are those experiences that you've had, who are the other people who are involved in this sort of relationship. Was it a mistake? Was it intentional? Is it a habit? So I think most importantly, I think for me today is communication. People make mistakes, but I think to be able to be honest and to be able to communicate that, to be vulnerable and own your mistakes, and to be able to communicate, I think or any form of communication. I mean, imagine even if everything seems amazing, imagine coming home and having a relationship with a disconnected person. Then that's a dead relationship.
Yeah.
So I think every relationship will go through its ups and downs and fights and agreements and all of that. But I think the one thing that will hold it together is when you communicate truly and clearly. And if you have that, I think everything else is workable.
Absolutely. But when I see the promo like of your new song Gehraiyaan title track, my ringtone is that, to be very honest. I love it. I love Tu Marz Hai Dawa Bhi. I want to ask you that we see you break down multiple times throughout that 2.5 minutes, and of course there will be more such moments in the movie because it's a very intense relationship drama. I know you as a person. You have faced a lot of terrible lows in your personal life because of different reasons. Does that take you back to those times? Because it's taken you so much longer to get out of it. You've been broken, but it took you time to become broken but beautiful, in a way.
I wouldn't attribute what I do in a film to any one particular or two particular experiences or instances in my life. I think eventually at 36, I've obviously had enough or a handful of different kinds of experiences, different kinds of relationships, different kind of engagements and interactions with people. I have traveled, I've done other films before, I have played other characters before. So I think it's a culmination of all of those experiences. It's not necessary that it's apple for apple, so sometimes it's you live life, you have different experiences. So I go about my life, I live my life, I have as many experiences as I can. Some experiences are not in your control, so you go through life every single day, and then at some point somewhere, maybe not today, some point, maybe 10 years later, you're playing a character and you draw from some memory that you have or some experience that you have, and some of it is drawn from your life, some of it is called acting, and you do it with honesty and conviction.
Did you ever break down during the movie? Really?
Not that I can remember.
Yeah, I asked you because in Tamasha you had said that there was a point where you genuinely, and Imtiaz also said that Agar Tum Saath Ho, it was actually happening. It was, and oh my God, what a film! Actually, I think that movie is also getting its due today with the evolved audience. Deepika, despite all this, you're a strong woman. But any kind of professional, personal heartbreak can be of any kind, right? Even a small fight with your parents can be heartbreaking. How do you deal with it? Do you feel that you've channelized a different Deepika or a different defense mechanism to deal with it now?
On the contrary, it's not defense, it's embrace. I think that's That's what I use now. I feel like you don't fight things, you don't challenge things, you don't question things. On the contrary, I accept and then I embrace. And it's only when you do that are you able to actually understand.
Deepika, for the longest time that I know you, matlab, I have known you for years now, and I'll put it out because this might seem biased to a lot of people, but it's coming from personal experience. I have always seen you as a real person. You are a personally guarded human being, but that doesn't make you fake at any cost. You faced and battled sexism at different levels in your life. I want to take this opportunity to bring out a few comments which really triggered me and angered me recently. When that movie when the promo came out, a lot of people actually put out, if you've not read, great, that did Deepika Padukone take permission from Ranveer Singh before doing this film? I want to ask you, did Ranveer Singh take permission before kissing Alia Bhatt in Gully Boy from you? Because rules should be same, right?
I mean, it's stupid that we're even reacting to it, right? So, no, and I think for us, that's the most important thing. I don't read comments. I'm pretty certain he doesn't. And I think, yuck. It just feels so stupid.
What is this is Bhavna's question. She wanted to ask you yesterday. Marz hai dawa bhi is becoming like a norm. Like she told me that there are so many underlying emotions that she went through when she heard the song for the first time, and I completely concur that statement because I also had feelings of freedom, emotional. Matlab, I got emotional. There's a reason I put it on as my ringtone. What is your Marz and dawa, or who is your Marz and dawa?
For me, it's chocolate cake. Marz bhi hai, dawa bhi hai.
I'm going to bake and send a healthy version because you, of course, don't like one.
You can't do with it and you can't do without it.
What was Ranveer's reaction to the film? He recently watched it, and what was your reaction to the film when you watch it?
You should ask him honestly, but I think he's extremely proud. He's extremely proud of the film that we've made, and he's extremely proud of my performance.
As a person, when you know what I love about you and Ranveer, I don't know, I'm pretty sure all your fans do. Sab bolte hai ki matlab behind every successful man there is a woman, behind every successful woman there is a man. I feel you change that adage. You guys walk together, which is what you need as a couple, right? Like my mom and dad walk together, even if my mom is a housewife, and that's what I love about them. And that's why maybe you walk extra miles than other couples would or can. How do you see your relationship evolving over the years? Because do you feel a sense of satisfaction and a sense of validation in that normalcy? Life at home is normal.
Life at home is normal.
Yes, of course. Life at home, like, you know, it's away from this glitz and glamour and everything. So I'm saying life at home is the way you guys want it to be. Going together, walking together.
Yeah, 100%. And it shouldn't be any other way, at least in our relationship. Like I'm particularly very, cognizant of the fact that I want us to lead as normal a life as possible and build our home together and build our life together. And I think in that sense, we're both very, very similar. You know, we like to do our work and then we like to completely disconnect. We're both outsiders. We're both, we're not related or connected to the film industry at all in any way. Having said that, of course, we respect the opportunities and we respect the people that we know. And of course, we've made friends along the way. But having said that, on a day-to-day basis, yes, we like to do our work and come back home and leave our work behind and go on with our everyday life.
But touche to that, may you keep being the voice of many voiceless people or people who have voices but can't raise it enough. May you continue to inspire millions of men and women in the right way that you always do. May you keep smiling all the time, and may you keep irritating me during our pictures, because that's what I love the most about you. Because it makes you real.
Bringing a smile on our faces every time we watch your interviews.
Thank you so much, Deepika. I love you.
Bye.
Bye.